Welcome to what many call the original Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, where the crowd is rocking in anticipation of the showdown we have in store. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And he's going to run it back. And the ball is loose on the return. Almost a disaster on that return, but they jump on it and they'll maintain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. And the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Right back to the well. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Picks up the first down. Open runway ahead. He's inside the 40. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
And the Canes will snap it on 1st and 10. They're trying to get to it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
The number 1 goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Using his feet to buy time. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Canes. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Akbar. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Fires to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give him a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Red pass, it's complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
They ran it on first down, now on 2nd. Touch pass on the run. Looking for room at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Moving away from pressure. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Now on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back has it. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. To the air, it's Barnett. They're bringing heat. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
That's a big-time play on the D-line right there. And listen, you know, they've had a lot of NFL guys in recent years up front. William the Fridge Perry, old-school Clemson great on the D-line. He'd be proud of watching that performance on that last play. This guy right here, man, sometimes he just looks like a throwback.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Leaves it with the running back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Johnson looking to throw. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And the Hurricanes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looks as if he's going to run it. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They're going to ride this running back. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter.
He's brought down near the 16-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Miami 7, Clemson 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Canes will hustle to the line. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A first down run on the doorstep. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Toledo is ahead in this one. This team plays a hard-nosed brand of football there in the MAC, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 4 over San Diego State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They go to the ground. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't find a single crack to run through on the last 2 plays. Let's see if they go up top on 3rd and 10. Back to throw, it's Barnett. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Miami. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Ship into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Nice move to keep moving. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
Here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Right on target this time. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
This is a 3rd and long. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And they'll just down it right there. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now on first down from the 28. He's going to pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Hey, get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Johnson wants to throw it. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Makes a connection. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Hurricanes look to keep this drive humming. Off the play fake on first down. Finds his tight end. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense, you just can't find any answers.
And the Canes will have it first and 10. Quick completion on the out route. Oh, look out. There he goes. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Pickup of 6. It's now second and goal.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. And the Canes headed quickly to the line. Turning to the running game here on third and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Canes!
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
28. Clemson, 0.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
And they fail to hook up on third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Clemson will send the punt team out. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Makes the catch at the 30. Makes a move. There he goes. Open it up. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to make their way to the promised land on 3rd and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Fourth and goal from the 2. Can they finish this drive? Grabbed behind the line. It's Fowler. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down. One more snap coming before halftime. Leaves it with the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Hurricanes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Huge deficit to start this 3rd quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
You just need to have more efficiency in the passing game. This guy completed exactly 50% of his throws the last game. Now, not good enough. And he's below that number in this game. Still not good enough.
Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Off play action on 1st down. With the catch, it's Baxter. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The Canes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown, Hurricane! And the route is on.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Clemson, 0.
Coming out with it, it's Akbar. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Right back to it. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
Not sexy at all, right? Just hand the ball to the running back. Could I pull it? Yeah, but I want to get that first down. Nice job understanding the situation of the game, going and getting the first down, and getting a fresh set of downs.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo.
First down for the offense.
Gonna run it. It's Haynes. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Dropping back, it's Barnett. Throwing right. He makes the catch. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. We've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
They'll line up for a second down play. Running back searching for a hole. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
At the 32-yard line. Brings up third down.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
Fires to the wideout. And they stop the fourth down pass. The defense gets off the field.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Intercepted. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. First down here for the offense. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Tigers in the hurry up. Now the play fake. Keeps looking downfield. He'll let one go down the right side. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. pressure coming. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Line gets set, first down. Give to the running back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it from the gun. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Grab near the marker. It's Fowler. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up, but this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
The give to the back. They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Miami 35, Clemson 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll ride the hot hand. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll try the run. Shakes off the defender. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DB.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Miami. And the stomping has commenced. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the returner is stopped. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Grabbed on the outside, attack bar. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive, and this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
They get him on the ground with this running game imposing its will. 6-yard gain down to the 17.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Johnson looking to throw. Quickly complete. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
The outstanding game has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That 1st down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
The Hurricanes line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go!
He's looking to throw. Takes the easy one to the back. Touchdown, Canes! And the pummeling has started. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Clemson jumps to the line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. With the catch, it's Dixon. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the move, it's Austin. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Now they'll run it to the right here. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Now they're going to throw it. Gets it out quickly. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
This offense will find different ways to get their backs involved. It's not just tailbacks, but how about the fullback there? He makes a catch just for a few yards to help keep this drive going.
Throws to the tight end. Hauls it in. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Buys a little time. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out.
Throw to the end zone. Picked off. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Miami.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. Oh, he got loose. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Hurricanes! And the punishment has been extended. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
He'll bring it out. It's Akbar. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Unleashes one. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. On the run, it's Haynes. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Despite coming up short on the previous 2 4th-down attempts, this offense will try it here again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Extending the play. He's going to run it. At the 35, he's open. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Looking for space to the left. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
From the gun, the ground game. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on 3rd down.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great...
Throws toward the end zone. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moving out of the pocket. He'll go down, and a bit of an unusual way to bring this game to a close. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis.